So today, I'd really like to talk about the pros and cons, or what you should consider when you're thinking about buying a home. And do you buy new construction, or do you want to go with a home that's a resale property? Number one, you want to buy the home where you can envision yourself, regardless of what happens in the future, for a very long time. So many people think that they're going to buy a house and they're going to be in it 2 or 3 years, and then they're going to sell it and move on to something bigger and better. And I highly encourage that thought process, but let's be real about it. It may not happen. Something could happen where an illness hits and you don't feel like you can go up in your budget from where you are. Or you find that you absolutely love the neighbors and everybody gets along and it's just such a good fit. So life circumstances may come along and change what you want. So think about something that, I want this now, but I could live in this for quite some time. And that should be your number one thing, instead of I need to have new or I need to have resale. But let's talk about the pros and cons. New construction. Man, oh man, they look great. They are fresh. You're the first person in there. Any dirt is yours. And that's a really good feeling. Most of the builders who are building new construction are offering incentives so that you can get a very good interest rate in the buy down package. Or they're at the end of their neighborhood perhaps, and so they're offering an incentive that they'll give you $20,000 towards closing costs, or at the design center or something like that, so that the price is very attractive. So overall, your payment may be a pretty good payment. But when you have a new construction home, there are some cons that come into play. Number one, the decorating. There's nothing there that has your personal touch on it. You're going to want to paint some rooms. You're going to want to possibly add different window coverings. You're going to want to landscape your yard. You might want to install a nice built-in backyard grill or something like that. Some people decide that after they've been in a yard for a while, they want to add a swimming pool. And you could do that, of course, on new or resale construction. But there are a lot of costs that you may not factor in when you're looking at new construction. Another thing to keep in mind is that sometimes, and I will not say this is true across the board, but sometimes older homes are built with stronger and sturdier construction. There also is the factor that energy savings is great on a new construction home. They have the high SEER air conditioning so that it's very efficient. Your energy bills run fairly low. Things like that that sound like they're really a good deal, and they probably are. So you've got to factor in all of that. There's also things like the age of the roof, because we all know that if a roof is nearing its life expectancy in Texas, which is usually about 15 years, the insurance rates tend to go up. And so if you're buying a new house, it looks really good that your roof is only a year old or not old at all. So keep all that in mind. But let me tell you just a little bitty loophole to buying new construction. This happens a lot because people don't go through this process and tell you what's going on. Let's say that you buy a house in February, new construction, and it's going to be built and you're going to close on it hypothetically in May. Did you know that when the tax appraisal district goes out to set the taxes for the year, it's based on what was that house on January 1st of the year? So there's a good chance that on January 1st, the house wasn't a house at all, but was simply a vacant lot. And so your taxes that are escrowed into your mortgage payment are done on a lot value rather than the total value of the property. So, end of first year, you're fine. Everything's based on that January 1st thing. But here comes the second year, and the tax appraiser comes out, and instead of your house being worth $120,000, because that was the lot value for tax appraisal, it's now worth what you paid for it, $400, $450, whatever the price is. And that's how the taxes are based. So your tax bill is going up. And if you're escrowing taxes, that means that your escrow is short in year 2. So you have to increase your payment to cover that shortage, but you also have to close that gap for year 2. So it's a major increase, or you divide it out, or you come out of pocket, you do something to catch up that balance. So be aware of that. My advice to buyers of new construction, the first and second year, is to try to stash away a little bit of extra money in a savings account, something that draws a little bit of interest, so that when the mortgage company comes to you and says, your escrow is short, we're gonna have to go up, you say, yeah, but here's my chunk of change to catch me up, so I don't need you to go up, and I was kind of expecting this. The other thing you can do is you can ask the lender if there's any way that you could, at the very initial, start paying taxes on the sales price rather than the appraisal price, so that you have an escrow overage after that first year that goes to apply on your taxes in second year, and therefore you're never behind the 8 ball. That's what I highly recommend if your lender is willing to do that. So keep all these things in mind when you're thinking about new construction. Pluses and minuses are out there. You need to find the house that's right for you. Advantages for resale, you know what you're getting. You can do your inspections. A lot of times sellers are willing to negotiate on some of the repairs that might need to be made. You may get a new air conditioning system. You may not, it just depends. But you may get it for a lesser price because the seller is willing to kick in for it. That's where a good agent comes into play to help you discern what is important. You don't want to ask for nitpicky things on a resale, like an outlet isn't working. That may or may not be a big deal. It may be a very minor thing. But on the other hand, if the AC is not working and they don't have a way to charge it with Freon or whatever and get it going again, that's a big deal. In Texas, you want a good roof, a good foundation, a good air conditioner. Those are basics in Texas. So you really want to be sure you have those things. But don't overkill your request for repairs with the seller to the point that you drive them away and they say, I'm not fixing anything, this is ridiculous. You want to treat your inspection report when it comes in as if the seller had known about this, he probably would have fixed it for himself. Or if it's a safety hazard, you want that fixed. So keep all that in mind when you're evaluating new construction versus resale construction. And keep in mind, just because a home is new, it's not necessarily perfect. It too will have some items that come up on an inspection report. But honestly, most builders are very anxious to get things right for you before you ever move in on a new one. So those are pros and cons. It's your decision. And I just encourage you to find the home that is really the home of your dreams, the neighborhood you want, and a place where you can see yourself for 2 or 3 years, or maybe even a lot longer, because life happens. If you have any questions about this or any other things about real estate, we here at the Hometown Team are here to help you. So give us a call and we'll go to work.